All right, welcome to week 12. I still got a little bit of scratchiness in my throat. So we're going to get to the theme song and then we're going to come back and get started because I've got a lot of information and I just realized in the course outline and the syllabus that I'm going to have to split up the this week's section, which is week 12. Date is 4/20. So come on back after the theme song and we're going to get into it. So it's a lot of information and I'm ready to get into it. I appreciate you guys for tuning in again. Theme song. All right. Got to let it groove out a little bit. At the last week we had a lot going on. I did the Google Hangout. This week I'm not doing a Google Hangout. Got a whole lot of things that have happened, a lot of positive things. I'm probably going to do what I'm doing right now to keep you posted on what's happening with ARC and some really good assistance that I got this week. Very excited about it, so I definitely want to talk to you guys. But let's get to the course outline. And as usual, I'm going to be looking over here. So if my eyes are wandering, just be patient with me. I'm going to be reading the lecture so we can make sure we get this lecture in and you know what's going on. But if you have your course outline, make sure it's open and you can follow along. For this class, I started off with the topic analyzing the project. Now, when I first began building this online course, the intent was to pitch it to local colleges, right? So when you look at the course outline, it wasn't set up to be doing a video lecture like it is right now. What I was hoping to do was to have a classroom. So I was going to pitch it to the colleges and teach this in a classroom and have a classroom with students who built their own projects and businesses to work on. And that's why when you read the first part of week 12 for today's lesson, it says analyzing the project. That was going to be for those students in the class. We were going to take the last few classes to look at each individual project and look at the businesses that they started. And I was going to give as much feedback as I could for each team. But since we don't have that, we can't do it. But I'm still open to checking out what you've been working on. If you're a person that's kind of followed all the way along and you started your website and you started your business, I'm still open to looking at your business, looking at your website, telling you, hey, this is what I think is wrong. Remember, what I'm saying is not law. It's basically the information that I'm giving you from what I've learned by running my own business. So if you have a website, leave it down here in the comments section, or on the website, you can leave it in the comments section through discuss, and I'll give you my first impression of your website. If no one really has anything for me to look at, then I'll just keep on going on, forward with the lesson plan. And that's basically it, So the next part of the lesson plan was organizing the teams and planning to get the information out there. Like I said, this was supposed to be a class that was built around giving feedback in a classroom setting for people working on businesses. Well, since it's not like that, a lot of the topics in this lesson plan this week don't flow with how the class is working as a video class. So the next topic is organizing the teams and planning to get the information out there. As a part of analyzing your project or your business, I was going to talk with each person and see if you were set up in groups and ask you about the organization of your groups. What that was going to lead to was a discussion on how the teams could decide to approach extending the reach of the company and getting information out to the masses, right? While in this class so far, we've talked about the various forms of social media. What I'm going to give you right now is two methods that you can use when you don't have a lot of money available to you to get your information out there. So here's number one. Number one, your first step is to become a part of a networking group. And that doesn't mean you're going to go join something or pay to join something. That just means that if you see a group of people on Facebook, then you can join that group and you can start working through that. But what you have to remember is this: becoming a part of the group doesn't mean you're going to be a drive-by member. You're not going to just drop in and then post your information. and throw your stuff out there and hope that people support what you're doing or share it. Becoming a member will require you to give a genuine investment into the group's discussions. As you begin to build the relationships inside of that network, the natural progression for you and the members is to share the different things that you all are working on. So by becoming a part of a group, a network, you're going to be able to extend your reach without doing it organically, without taking money out of your pocket to try and pay for ads and do all of these other things. Okay. That's number one. Number two, take the time to build the content on your website. Look for information relevant to what you're working on and add it to your website. Then use your social sharing buttons to share the information out to your social media platform. All right. And this is critical, because if you're adding information to your website, it may seem like you're taking the focus off of your company, but you're not. What you're doing is allowing yourself an opportunity to talk about other people, and then you can tag those other people in your post or whatever you're writing about. And then they may feel that, hey, this guy helped me out. I think I'm going to share what they're working on as well. So what you're looking for is a deal of basically reciprocity. All right. The next step in our course outline on the syllabus, you'll see it says reading assignment, CBP article, being ready when your number is called. Now, I'm not going to read that article, but it's also in the book, The 30-Day Project. So you can read it in the 30-Day Project, or you can go to the website and you can read that article on the website, being ready when your number is called. I'll put the link down here in the description, so you'll be able to click on the link and go to the website. I'll see if I can link it in the video up here somewhere as well. That article deals with an opportunity that I got when Paul Carrick Bronson, when his computer was having technical issues, and Ella Rucker, who's the producer of Paul's television show, or not television show, but web show, Mentor Monday, when his computer was having technical issues, she asked if I could fill in for him and complete the interview. Now, I got this opportunity to interview two fantastic people and to help out my mentors. Now, these people were my mentors, so that was great that I got a chance to talk with them and help them out. Had I been on Facebook or messing around doing something else, I would not have gotten the opportunity to help out my mentors and to have an opportunity to interview these fantastic people. There are going to be moments when you can capitalize on certain opportunities, and you have to be ready to capitalize. So being ready when your number is called is vital to the success of your business. You need to put yourself in a position to be successful, and then you need to be ready when the opportunity presents itself. All right. Now, the next section, it's the fourth section underneath this week's syllabus and course outline, is digital copy, editing, and design. First off, I did not go to school for website design. I did not go to school for graphic design or HTML or coding. I'm self-taught. Many of you who are looking at this class, Building a Business from Zero, if you're participating in this class and you're listening to what I'm saying, more than likely you don't have a lot of money to get started on your online presence. So learning to edit your work and learning to lay out your website using either a WYSIWYG or a CMS will be critical to your early growth. Part of the learning process is going to be figuring out how to, this is the next section, make people click on what it is that you're writing. Learning to make people click. What we all know is that Facebook occupies the mind and time of the people you are looking for. That's just a given. If it's not Snapchat or Periscope, Facebook, some form of social media is occupying the mind and the time of the people you're looking to connect with. Either you are going to conform to Facebook's goal of making you use Facebook for everything, or you are going to have to create content and titles that make people click. One of the best ways to get people to click is by creating lists. Top 5 songs of March, top 5 songs of the 90s, top 10 songs or top 10 videos of the 2000s. Doing these top 10 and top 5 lists are great clickbait. That's like throwing a big fat worm on your hook out there and you're getting that catfish to bite on it because it's such a big fat worm and it's squiggling around. by sitting down and having these top 10 lists or these kind of catch-all kind of top 5 and top 10 things, people are going to click on those. Another great form of clickbait is to come up with a title that inspires controversy or outrage. Donald Trump is insane. All right, you write something like that. People who are for Donald Trump are going to click on it, right? And they're going to read it and they're going to comment and they're going to be upset with you. People who agree with you are going to click on it. So you create these kind of inciting these things, these things that create controversy or outrage. And it works. Now, do I use those things? No. I've used the top 10 number list. I don't do negative titles or inciting titles. I don't like that kind of thing for what I'm working on, but that's me. It actually hurts my readership. But I'm in the business for the slow burn or the long haul. You have to make a decision to either talk about the hot topics or you'll have to be okay with slow growth. The way to successfully grab the attention of the people, though, is to write compelling headlines and copy. You're going to have to integrate exceptional images and master the content creation for your web communications. The successful blog will have an attractive picture, a title, a good title, and timely content that's or important content or useful content. Having these elements will enhance the likelihood of gaining more visits on your blog. Now, the next section on your course outline reads, this will cover principles of web writing and design, including usability, accessibility, segmentation, scanability, and more. If you notice on the outline, this section doesn't seem quite clear. My goal was to go back and revise the course outline and make this section here, will cover critical principles of web writing and design, to make this section and everything below on your course outline into an entire class. So basically, it's 12 minutes now. We're running a little short on time. I'm putting this section on your course outline and on this lecture. I'm putting that on here right now to kind of remind myself to complete another course on the principles that are mentioned here: defining and positioning a brand, kicking off the marketing and media program by learning how to identify and understand your target market and create a position, a brand identity, differentiate your company from the competition. If you read below all of these different topics, next week, instead of kind of summarizing the class and ending the class, I'm going to focus on these topics next week. And we're going to end the class with basically what could be a door to another completely different class. So let's consider, I got into some of the creation of web writing and design with the Press This article and the Press This class that I posted on the BBZ a few weeks back. But I didn't really dive into how you add meta tags and tags, or how you can install SEO plugins into your website. I didn't get into that. I also didn't discuss how to create backlinks to enhance your scanability online and your search online. There's so much that we can get into that, I have to come back and create another lesson. So highlight everything below on your course outline. And remember, you can send me some questions, but all of the information below is going to be broken down into a detailed lesson. And I think what I'll do is add that week, like I said, to the BBZ, and we'll get started. So that's it for today. I'm going to cut this lecture off, and I was going pretty fast, but hopefully it's something that you can listen to and write a few notes down and gain something from. I appreciate you guys for listening. And what I'll do is, when I work on everything for next week, I'm going to try and record it. I'll do it as a Google Hangout, and I'll share my screen, and I'll do it as it relates to ARC, my shoe company, because I had some good things happen. And you can see firsthand what it looks like to begin defining and positioning a brand, kicking off the marketing and media program, differentiating your company, positioning a brand in the marketplace. You'll see firsthand how I'm doing these things so you can implement it into what you're working on. I appreciate you guys for checking out this lesson. We're coming down to the end. Those of you who have subscribed, share with your friends. Let people know that we're doing some good work over here. I appreciate you guys for checking it out. Peace.